These games are hot. I touch them, I burn myself. Ow! Game demos are pretty cool, but they're funnily the one aspect about games that I always tend to forget exists. Man, we used to have demo discs around. They were, yes, entire discs bundled with some games that were just advertisements for other games. There even were full-on multiple demo discs disseminated to the public for marketing purposes, just for people to try out some games. And they could be found for any console at the time. But now any old game coming out on Steam or a digital storefront can just drop a demo, like The Secret of Jesus. What if Jesus had been able to escape his crucifix? Like, who goes around hyping up demos? What do you, not have money? Oh yeah, me neither. I've been trying to play more games in general lately, so that's why I decided to give a bunch of demos a shot with these hot new upcoming titles. And while some of these demos were limited releases, a few of them are even still available right now. But much like the doctor who did my colonoscopy, let's not waste any time sliding right in. First game on our list is Carrion, a self-described reverse horror experience developed by Phobia and published by none other than Devolver Digital. Carrion was revealed during E3 2019 when this man died mid-presentation. This is just the best. And we can't forget everyone's favorite fleshy boy. Oh, it's Meat Sack! Yeah, this was the Devolver conference where Nina Struthers did the conference from her brain after she nearly died in the last one. Devolver's great. Nina had it rough in 2018, man. She had blood squirted on her from a guy exploding and was then promptly shot to death. Devolver's weird. And hey, it was cool seeing all this madness happen again just the other weekend. We got another glimpse at our meaty boy, this time featuring a sick redesign with a face only H.P. Lovecraft could love. Devolver's great. But regardless, I can't believe it's finally out, because from what I played in the Carrion sneak peek they offered last fall and earlier this spring, I sure can't wait for more Meat Sack action. You just off people like you're the Blob or the Thing or something. This game's great. I like the Thing. I like the It. Yeah, sure, these people have families and loved ones, probably, but they experimented on me, so personally, I have no qualms assimilating them into my form. Carrion is delightful, and personally, I'm excited to see all its Meat Sack fun as a full game. Also, it's currently out on Game Pass, so if you have that, then you already have access to all the Meat Sack fun you can squish and squelch your hands into. Have I said Meat Sack enough yet? Next up, in the running for Coolest Goddamn Thing Ever award, is Ghostrunner. In Ghostrunner, you're a cyborg ninja who I'm pretty sure is working against an authoritarian government to avenge the death of your wife, so you'd probably have to waterboard me before I put it below anything on my rad list. Aside from custom Robo on the Nintendo GameCube, of course, but if you know me as well as I do, them's just the facts. It's like Mirror's Edge meets Shadow Warrior meets Cyberpunk 2077, and that game's not even out yet. It's funny too, cause I'm almost already certain that I'm gonna like this more than it. Just look at this movement, and this combat. Like, pack up, go home, the Cyberpunk game war's been won. I didn't even know a war was happening, but I'm opposed to it. Our systems have throttled long enough the expense of tech giants. Bring the GPUs home. Where are they, damn it? There's ninja action as you cut these cyber assholes into pieces, the previously mentioned parkour action in which the controls surprisingly come supernaturally and work even better than I'd say Mirror's Edge does, and the most unexpectedly yet most welcomed Spider-Man action in which you can sling all around town while delivering your cyber justice. It's just like Spider-Man 2, except it isn't at all. Man, you've heard of my dog ate my homework. Get ready for my dog ate my copy of Spider-Man 2 on PS2. This game is also designed with speedruns in mind out the ass. So, you know, be excited if that's your thing. I really like mastering it the way one would normally go through, but that crazy shit, I could never. Huge props. But just like the Fruit Honeydew, the Ghostrunner demo gives you a small inkling of a taste and has you pleading for more. Why are you like this? It wasn't worth risking my health to get a real honeydew for this joke, so I didn't. But just unlike honeydew, it's good. Highly recommend it. Give it a shot once it's out. It's gonna be more fun than Sin. And Sin rocks! Have you ever wanted to play Doom except your only options were Doom on Super Nintendo or Sega 32X? I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Why do I have this? Imagine if Doom was made today and it had incredible gibbing and lighting effects. Like, just look at the gun when it shoots. Glorious. I'm a big fan of the demon and gun designs. While everything looks threatening and gross, it's also just plain goofy. Oh, he probably just needs a friend. It didn't work. Everything about the art design works really, really well. While it's obviously inspired by Doom, Quake, and the like, it very much has its own identity. I'm a huge fan of it using the same sort of level system as Doom and Doom 2 use, where you can see all the stages in a particular episode on an illustrated map. Big fan of Hellbound guy. It's nice that there's finally a game that I can play as my dad. One thing it has over most Doom-likes, though, is the ability to aim down your weapon's sights, which is a nice addition to the formula. Not sure how much it helps, but it's a fun addition regardless. All the weapons feel great, too. The AR is nice, the shotgun is splendid, it even has a Gatling, which is phenomenal, and honestly, even hand-to-hand combat is swift and punishing. I'm very satisfied at the fact that it doesn't take 5 minutes to throw a single punch. Another benefit of holstering your weapons is you get to run around like an absolute ape. You know, I was gonna give this a 9, but Ape Run brings this to a solid 10 out of 10. Hellbound's even out right now, like it came out. The same day Fall Guys did, actually, which, Godspeed, that is some competition. But I mean, you know, that's what happens when I wait to make one of these. She Dreams Elsewhere is one of those games where I was on board from just the title alone. It's a lot like Razor Freestyle Scooter in that regard. I just had to know. $5 well spent, but the She Dreams Elsewhere demo was free, so I had to give it a shot. I mean, look at this beautifully abstract art. So let's get this out of the way now. Undertale, Earthbound, gotta be fair, if I mention Doom in the Hellbound section, I can't not say those games' names here. It's inevitable that nearly every remotely visual interesting RPG will have countless comparisons to it. Kinda sucks, but luckily, the dev, Davion Gooden, now embraces that. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because She Dreams Elsewhere is something else. Where? Listen, I'm funny. The black and blue and purple main color palette, the genuine and dynamic characters, the hip-hop musical influences, a very open and direct thematic focus on mental health, and the subtly haunting atmosphere all create a project that's genuinely inspiring and very clearly manages to carve out its own identity. Dumb comparisons persisting or not. Stop comparing everything to Undertale. She Dreams Elsewhere started as a solo dev project in 2015 as Gooden, then a high school senior, began programming, but it's slated now for this year and is coming to Xbox Game Pass as well. I can't wait because it's a damn solid demo, and the demo is still available on Steam as well as on itch.io, so go download it. You should give its compelling narrative and visually insane fights a look. This game is the Dark Souls of no. While we all might be tired of that joke, unfortunately, Eldest Souls kind of really brings it onto itself with a name like that. But that's not to say it isn't apt, because it's, you know, actually a decently similar game. Plus, its existence adds to the Lovecraftian Souls-like market that Bloodborne previously dominated, so it can stay. Just don't leave. Please. Eldest Souls, like many games it pulls influence from, definitely has a bit of an immediate learning curve as you expose yourself to its combat facing bosses head on. Those familiar with Souls games will definitely have an easier time than others, but I found that its controls seemed fluid and straightforward enough to where I feel like they're decently accessible. That said, I have no idea what's going on with these skill menus. I'm lost. Oh God, it didn't leave me, I left it. Even after I've spent 50 minutes of my life on a single one of its bosses, I adore it. Yeah, actually. So much like most friends, mine a very normal friend time talk, so the last time conversation drifted to be about our kinks, I of course answered, drifting around on an alien planet with my white-haired, red-eyed digital GF while collecting any and all apple dews in sight.
Apple dew stew with apple dews.
Apple dews?
Yesterday, it was baked apple dew with apple dews.
Apple dews?
You know what doesn't go great with apple dews? Apple dews.
Haven is a game about the bond between two characters, Kay and Yu, and their struggle to survive on an alien planet. They study alien species, harvest food ingredients, pet alien species, kiss, fight corrupted alien species, cuddle, chase after impossible to catch blue jellyfish alien species, and talk about how they'll avoid the space cops they apparently escaped from.
At worst, I kill them. Oh my God! Kill them, steal their ship.
Oh, and they also are just kind of the cutest, and I'd protect the two from the iron fist of the space law until the day I die. Oh, you want Adam, huh? Well, you're gonna have to go through me, bub.
I did not think this through.
Oh yeah, Haven also has the sickest opening animation I've ever seen. I don't know how much money that cost or how many people it took to make it, but whatever the number of each, it was worth every penny and work hour because, wow. The music rocks, too. Wait, that's not right either. You can't convince me anything's funnier than Scatman John. I'd like to see you try. You can't. The conversing mechanics are interesting as it makes navigating dialogue with your significant other more excruciating than reality, and that's saying something. Also of note, Haven's established aesthetic of what's essentially a futuristic modernism is just so homey. Like the interior of their spaceship is just phenomenally designed. I'm such a huge fan of it. I mean, the game looks fantastic already, but I wholeheartedly welcome just these little touches that give it so much more personality. Its cute aesthetics had me nibbling and the fun, unique gameplay hooked me. Gliding around on space boots has never been this fun. And while that may be because I've never done it before, Haven still has me in heaven, and I don't see that changing anytime before its release.
You know what I miss most about the future?
What's that?
Apple dews.
If you're like me, then when you played A Link to the Past, you probably wondered what it would be like if a cute 2D platformer took the light world, dark world mechanic and basically made an entire game out of it. And, well, Unbound Worlds Apart finally fills that desire I've had in my heart for just about 10 years. You're So Lee, a young wizard who watches his world be invaded by evil, and you're then tasked with pushing back against it with dimension-hopping abilities. Unbound is a self-described atmospheric puzzle platformer styled as a Metroidvania/search action title, and the prologue seems to encompass the first half hour or so of the full experience. As a huge fan of platformers in general, Unbound, with its world-altering mechanics, really stands out. There's multiple, even. There's the one you'll use more frequently in the demo, which shows a corrupted, hellish version of the world, and a light-based mechanic where standing still reveals the dangers around you. The visuals being fairy tale-like illustrations easily allow you to just inhabit the world and enjoy what it has to offer. It often offers terror. Unbound Worlds Apart Prologue is still available to download on Steam, so go give it a whirl if you can. Again, it has my big recommend. And even though it's currently slated for release in March of 2021, you can play the prologue right now, so it still counts for this collection. But speaking of terrifying, I figured I'd end this video with a bang. Or shock, rather. The System Shock remake demo scared me more times than I can shake a lead iron pipe at, and they were all captured on stream, no less. So that's fun. Twitch.tv/Adamnator. It took me just over 2 hours to complete, which is insane, but I definitely took my time as I wanted to explore everywhere I could. As someone who adores BioShock but never really went back and experienced System Shock, except for that one time when I played 30 minutes of it and wasn't really feeling it, this remake has me tingling in my feet. In a good way, though. And no, you can't look, ew. The horror that awaits aboard the Trioptimum Corporation's space station isn't one that goes down without a fight. I found myself returning to the healing bay a lot just to save on resources as I moved further throughout the map. I even died once, and let me tell you, it's not something you want to let happen while playing. I lost 25 minutes of gameplay to a gun zombie. And yeah, maybe my own stupidity too, but like, pain. System Shock had me on the edge of my seat, even though I was simultaneously trying to be Adam's Stream Man, something that I thought was impossible.
These broken beyond repair guns are essential to my mission. They are! They really are. You never know when you might be able to fix it. Broken beyond repair that's subjective, all right? You don't know my technical skills. Oh shit, this is contaminated as fuck. Well, gotta take that.
I can't imagine the nerves I would have had if I played it alone without commentating my way through it. It's fascinating too that every object is constructed of much larger pixels than you'd expect. Somehow to me it makes System Shock look more naturalistic than many of its other contemporaries. Listen, Red Dead 2's got nothing on this. But that said, it did seem to test the limits of my GPU, and this sucker's pretty new. That was probably because it was in a relatively unstable alpha state. But you never know.
You got the terror to back up them flops, son? It's okay, they'll be bringing you home soon.
But anyway, Shodan's horrifying, the game looks gorgeous and plays really well, and System Shock can't come out sooner. I just hope I can overcome my fear of these spooky, scary, biological zombie people soon enough for the full release. There are a few more recent demos that I might cover sometime in the future, however. There's definitely more than enough for me to do another demonstration stream here soon, and maybe even another video to tackle some of those as well. Everything I played that I've showcased I enjoyed, and it has me really looking forward to the rest of the year's titles, be they in this video or not. Let me know in them comments if there's a specific demo I missed that you'd like to see me talk about maybe in a future potential follow-up. But for now, this demo man's work is done. Boy, that sure was fun, wasn't it? Oh my god, you're back! Pfft, demos, who needs them? Not me, I've been multitasking. While you've been watching me go on about all these demos, I've been investing my entire life savings in multiple copies of Sonic Unleashed for every console. I'm gonna be loaded!